Two and three. All right.
Good afternoon, friends. My name is Richard Irvin. I'm the mayor of Aurora. And today we are on Facebook here talking about a public service announcement we think is very important for everybody to know. And today I have with me Tim Forbes, Superintendent of Streets here in the city of Aurora, Chief of the Fire Department, Chief Krenitz, and Lieutenant Rick Algren from the Aurora Fire Department. And we're just going to talk to you a little bit about the importance of taking care of yourself over the next couple days. Now, we understand that there's going to be a lot of snow coming in. You know, they're suggesting 10 to 12 inches of snow. And because of it, you know, there are certain safety concerns that we have, and we just want to relay to you to make sure that you're taking care of yourselves and let you know what the city is doing to try to help and provide the services to make sure that you are continue to be safe as you travel on our streets. Now, Tim, let's talk about the snow removal a little bit. How are we going to do the snow removal here in Aurora?
We have 36 routes in the city of Aurora. We're going to man all 36 routes. We're going to put 8 additional vehicles in with those just to cover primary roadways. Once we get through the primary roadways around 6 a.m., we're going to bring about 75 additional pieces of equipment to go into residentials to plow them. They'll go home once that's done, and we'll bring them back again at the end of the storm. But we do not expect the roadways to be very passable in the overnight hours or even at rush hour in the morning if we get the totals they're expecting. So keep the cars off the street, stay home, be safe, and that's the best thing we can tell you right now. The salt won't do any good at the rates of snow that we're expecting per hour.
And Lieutenant, I'll just ask you a question. It's unfortunate, but when cars are on the street in the evening and we're trying to plow, if they don't move their cars, unfortunately, some cars are probably going to get towed if they don't move their vehicles, aren't they?
They're going to have to be towed for public safety reasons. Plows need to be able to do their job, and the emergency vehicles are going to have to get in and out wherever we need to get to.
Absolutely. And you know, so we're going to be plowing all night. Matter of fact, we hear this event may go on for the next 24 hours.
Correct.
Right. So you guys are going to be out there pretty much
Correct.
24 hours straight.
Correct. We're 12 on, 12-hour shifts right now. We'll do that throughout the weekend. This event will end. We're looking at Saturday morning sometime with an additional event starting up running into Sunday morning. So it's probably Monday or Tuesday before we have everything cleaned up.
Got you. So, you know, I know people are going to be calling, you know, wondering when their street's going to be plowed. We're going to get to them, you know.
Correct.
With this kind of snow event, it just takes a while to get the snow.
It probably won't, I mean, normally we try to hit a 12-hour deadline, and usually we can do it in about 6 hours with contractors. With this much snow, it just won't happen with an event like this.
Now, Chief, let's talk about safety a little bit.
Yeah.
So oftentimes when there's snow on the ground like this kind of event, cars get stuck, you know, people's power gets off, you know. Can you talk about some safety? Where do people go if they need help, or who they call?
Well, I would caution people that take into consideration that there's 200,000 plus residents here in the city, and if everyone calls for every emergency that they have, we have limited resources to be able to get to you. So take that into account when you do think about calling us, and for what it is can you handle things on your own for a little while, and do I really need fire and ambulance here? Because take for granted that we have so many residents, it might take us a long time to get to you. You know, so take that into account when you're not feeling well or you have a toothache or something like that. Know that you might have to wait a while because our ambulances might get stuck, our engines might get stuck, and we're going to have to use other means to get them out to get to you, though. But by all means, if you're having a true emergency, we're going to do our very best to get to you in every means we can. The city plow services are going to plow a path in front of our trucks if need be, and they'll even tow us to your location. But just be aware that we're on our way, and we're going to have to prioritize who we come to in what order.
Now, so I think your recommendation is, you know, stay off the street, stay home, you know, be safe.
I would say that both police and fire's recommendation is if you can stay home, if you can stay off the street, to please do so tomorrow. And it's unpredictable. We might not have the snow they're predicting, but we might. And in that case, you won't know it, and neither will we, and then it'll be too late.
Right.
So just play it safe.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Tim?
Just one other thing is keep in mind these roads are all going to be snow covered. We're going to plow them curb to curb, but we will not get down to the bare pavement until after all these events go. Then we can salt it all and we can start to burn that off. So really travel at a lower speed. One thing as far as the fire department, they got an ambulance, but some of you also have children or family members that have used other services. If you got to get an ambulance to that house or something, whether it's private or not, let us know. We'll get them plowed to that location from a main drag.
Now we're expecting that right around between 2 and 6 a.m. there's going to be a harsher snow. What kind of snowfall is that called?
Up to about 10 inches is
Yeah.
what they're calling for at a maximum. I mean, so, but if we get thunder snow,
Thunder
then,
snow, yes.
then we have no way of predicting what that, it can go from 10 inches to 20 inches in a matter of an hour.
And during the thunder snow period, if it happens,
Correct.
you can't even plow during that period.
Correct, we will have no trucks on the roadway or very little just because there's no visibility for those.
So I think our point is, folks, be safe. You know, if this snow event happens as though the news and the weather channels are suggesting, you know, it's going to be dangerous out there. So we're looking out for you the best we can. We're going to have our plows out there. We're going to have our public safety personnel out there in the streets looking out for your safety.
Yes,
But what's most important is, if you can, just stay home. You know, let's ride this out. You know, get the streets plowed the next couple days when the snow event stops, and we'll be back in business. So thank you very much for listening to us in our public service announcement, and be safe out there.